And hopefully everyone can see the slide deck that I have up on the screen right now. Basically, this particular Smart Bar session is going to be focused on the Florida HIE service desk portal. Okay, so today what we're really looking to do over the next 30 minutes or so is highlight what the portal is, the benefits of using it, how your organization can gain access to use it if you don't already have access, who in your organization have access to the portal, how you can create a ticket, the various types of tickets you can create and submit, how you can track tickets once they've been submitted, and comment on tickets. The goal behind this is, instead of emailing me directly or emailing someone else and maybe it gets lost in the email or it takes a couple days for me to respond, things such as resetting passwords or changing the configuration, or you've missed the notification. These are all things that you can submit to our service desk portal, which we have a large team monitoring this pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And someone can go in and they can look at the ticket that's been submitted. They can comment on it back to you, and then you can comment on back to them. And it's kind of a back and forth thing. You can attach documents, screenshots, all kinds of things to it. And then also it's a great way for your organization to track. Before you submit a ticket, you can see, well, wait a minute, did someone else in my organization already submit a ticket for this problem? You can go in and take a look and kind of track that. So we're going to go over all these things today. And at the very end, I'm going to open up for questions. I'll go back and demo anything that anyone has. I'll also highlight how people can get access if people are looking to get some access to it. So the first thing we're going to talk a little bit about is the service desk itself. So just to let you know, the service desk is a portal that all ENS subscribers can leverage to submit tickets on behalf of their organization. These tickets can do anything from adjust the way you receive a subscription. So for example, I am getting real-time HL7 and I want to switch to once a day CSV, or I would like to get a prompt endpoint stood up, or I would like to start sending direct messaging notifications instead of receiving a daily batch file. You can also report a problem. So if you log in the morning, you normally get a 6 a.m. file and it's 7:30 and you don't have that file in your SFTP site, you can submit a ticket right away to report that problem, and someone will take a look and either replay the message or find out maybe what happened to an endpoint. Maybe we lost connection with your SFTP site or something like that occurred. So it's a great resource for that. The other thing is you can credential new users within your organization. You can credential them SFTP or prompt access. If someone leaves your organization, you want to make sure they don't have access to that PHI the moment they walk out the doors. You can submit a ticket to remove access. You can also submit tickets to reset passwords. I think the big question all organizations should be asking themselves is, who is our ENS points of contact within our organization? Because if you open this ticketing system up to a dozen users within your organization, you may find out that there's some people I don't want to have access to this system, because I don't want them to be able to go in and submit a ticket to change the configuration or reset a password or credential someone else access to view PHI. So you really want to make sure the folks that have access to the portal are the people who are in charge of the ENS subscription. They know who and should not have access. They know the people that leave the organization and they can immediately submit a ticket. They also are the people that are going to kind of be managing maybe patient panel submission, or they're the first person who's going to realize that, hey, we didn't receive a message today in our daily batch file. We need to submit a ticket for this. So we like to limit it to 2 or 3 people within the organization. Some folks want to have a few more. That's fine. But I really definitely would recommend at least 2 or 3 users credentialed within your organization. You cast the net too wide, you may have an issue with people going in and providing access to folks who really don't need it. And then now you can't keep track of who has SFTP access, who has prompt, and it may become a little bit too much. So really keep that in mind. At any point, if you are like, I would love to know who has access within our organization, email me directly. besmart@ainq.com. You guys all talk to me pretty much all the time. I can give you that list immediately, and then you can tell me to remove or to add people on the fly with no problem. So the first thing I wanted to highlight here is how you can go in and get access to the system. I get a lot of questions about this. And there are two things you can do. If you already have access to the service desk, you log into the system, you can access the service desk. You can submit a ticket to add additional users, which I'm going to show this in the real life demo, but I just wanted to do some screenshots here for folks. You can go in and submit a ticket that says request Jira as service desk access. And then you can submit a ticket to have another member of your organization receive access to this portal. If you log in and you forgot your username or you forgot your password and you need it reset, there's a link right here on the screen. You can go in, enter that information in, and you can reset your password or get your username information. That way you can go on and make sure that you have the appropriate access that you need. So with that, I'm going to switch over and I'm actually going to start demoing the system in real time. So I'm going to walk through kind of step-by-step things based on the meeting agenda and some things we wanted to focus on. And the first thing I'm going to highlight is how you can gain access or reset your password if you're having issues with it. So I'm going to go and share my screen right here to start demoing the system. So the first thing I want to highlight is the website. So the website is florida-hie.net/service desk. That is the website. You click on it and it's going to immediately drop you to the service desk. I will send this out after the meeting so everyone has the URL and it's updated, and I highly recommend you bookmark it. So when you click on this, it's immediately going to direct you to the service desk homepage. It's got Florida branding on it, so you know you're on the right page. Everything here is kind of basically what you see. Some things are limited because I have some back-end access, but majority of the things you guys see here is exactly what you're going to be able to see when you log on. The first thing is there's some technical things. Yes.
Are you sharing? I can't see anything.
I am sharing. Folks can't see that.
I can see. I can
see it just fine.
Okay. Let me re-log in. Thank you.
No problem. Sorry about that, Ken. Let me make sure that I've admitted. Okay.
Hey, and while we stopped here, just to confirm, are you going to send out kind of a cheat sheet with the links we need to go in and?
Definitely.
Okay,
Definitely.
thank you.
I'll send you a link of what the service desk is. I'll also send you how you can reset your password. And then there's also a training video at the very end to the PowerPoint slide deck that I'll also send that out as well.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So this is essentially the service desk right here. Sorry. So this right here is the service desk. You land on it. Down here is technical support. If there's a problem or something, you're just like, I don't know who to submit a ticket to. I don't know how to do this. You can always email us and we'll work through it. We'll give you help. There's also links to the Florida HIE's website. If you're just trying to poke around and get some more information, resources, who our participants are, things like that. But this is basically the whole navigation. You've got basically most folks only have 3 tabs here. The state gateway, I think there's only 1 or 2 users who have access to that. But the ENS is the main one. And as you can see, each of these kind of have a different meaning. You've got a request a new service desk account, request information or support, report an issue, request a modification, or a panel change. All these things can be used based on what you want. If you're submitting your panel through our SFTP site, that's an automated process, so you don't need to do this. But if you have an SFTP site that we need to go and grab the file from, it's always nice to submit a panel change here just to say, hey, the panel's ready to be picked up. And that way folks can log on, grab it, pull it down. You can still email me directly, but that's an option. The main thing I want to highlight here would be if you wanted to request a new Jira Service Desk account for a particular member of your organization, you would just click on this right here and your name would automatically populate here. So if it's Complete Health, which is Jim King would populate as soon as he logs in. And then at the bottom, there's going to be an option to select who the subscriber is. All right, so when you guys go in and start submitting a ticket, you would just type in the type of ticket is. I'm credentialing service desk access for Florida. Maybe the user's name, their email address, whatever it is, and you list the organization they need access to. So primary partners or Florida Blue, whatever it is, you would just submit it, the name of your organization, your email address, and we'll go ahead and start credentialing access. You can select the date. So if you want it a week out or the new employee doesn't start for a week or two, you can set it a week or two out if you'd like. You'd also select which system. Most people are only going to see the encounter notification. Most people don't have the state gateway, but the encounter notification, you would just select that as that's the system I want to credential service desk access for. And then you would select your account. The other things work the exact same way. So if you want to request a modification, I want to go real time to CSV, you could go in and do the same thing. You would select ENS. You'd say, you know, please take our CSV and move to real-time files instead of batch daily. And that would be all you would do. You would select the date you'd like it to come from, and then you would select the organization, and you would click create. The same thing would happen here for the same thing would happen when you selected request to report an ENS issue. If there's an issue you want to report, you submit the ticket the same way. Request information. I'm curious about smart alert options, or I had a question about prompt, or I'd love to get a prompt demo. Hey, you can submit a ticket through this, and then we can coordinate through the ticketing system, you know, a demo for your organization. So really anything you need that you have a quick question about, or you have a support thing that you want to ask, that's fine. The issue, the ENS issues are different. They're actually going to be going directly to a 24-hour on-call. So if you missed a notification, you realized it at 8:30 at night, you can go ahead and submit a ticket that says this is an issue. It'll go to our on-call person, and they can actually go in and take a look and see if they can replay it before 9 a.m. the next morning. So that ticket type I would highly reserve for major issues, or SFTP failures, or I'm not able to access something serious. I wouldn't do it all the time, because the boy who cried wolf, you submit it all the time, we're going to realize this isn't a 24-hour on-call issue. So we may push back and say, I think we're going to move this to another ticket type. The next thing I wanted to highlight were the SFTP and prompt. This is probably 80% of the requests we get from users, and we understand the system resets a lot, the passwords forget, things like that happen, and we totally understand, but this is the best way to get quicker reactions from our team. If you email me directly, a lot of times I'll try to make time to go in, but if I'm in a meeting or I'm out of the office, it usually just sits in my inbox until I go in and submit a ticket on your behalf. If your organization figures out who can go in and do this on their behalf, it becomes a lot more streamlined. We've got 2 of our users that have a great process in place where everyone in the organization knows to email this one specific person, and that person submits tickets on behalf of their organization. One point of contact, they submit a ticket and it goes in, and typically those tickets get done rather quickly. Some take a little longer because they need to go back and figure out, is the email address accurate? This user has access to 20 different SFTP folders. Do they need access removed for all or added to all, or what? So sometimes it takes a little longer, but we're pretty quick with these. And again, it's request new access for SFTP, reset the SFTP access, or remove access if an employee is being or leaving the organization. The same thing for prompt. You would go in and select which one you wanted. You would submit the ticket and go from there. If you ever log on to the system and you forget your username or password to log in, you can click a reset password option that essentially you go in, you forgot password, you enter your username in, and you can get your email reset for the service desk access. I want to stress that there are 3 separate accesses we're talking about here. There are the Florida service desk access, which only 2 to 3 people within your organization should have access to. There's SFTP, and then there is prompt. Some folks have SFTP and prompt, others just have prompt, others just have SFTP. SFTP and prompt you can credential as many users as you'd like access, and frankly, you should. The more people going in and be able to grab the files and pulling them down probably saves everyone else less time. But the service desk, I would really stress to only limit that to a couple users within your organization. Because again, if we receive a ticket to credential SFTP access or add someone else to the service desk or remove something, change the configuration, because it comes from the service desk and someone who's been authorized service desk access, we're going to go in and make the change on the fly. We're not going to go back out and ask and say, hey, we wanted to make sure you guys want this to be done. When that ticket comes in, our team's going to start working on it. So really make sure that the people who have access to the service desk have access to everything in regards to ENS, reporting issues, changing the configuration, credentialing new access to new users, resetting passwords, you name it. So I would consider that to be pretty much the tippy top of access to ENS as a whole, users who have Florida service desk access. We also use that access and the emails associated with to send out a lot of maintenance, outages, and other pertinent information regarding the ENS subscription. And the reason we do that is because we send it to the top tier people, the people who are listed as our points of contact, and you guys determine what needs to be forwarded to what. You know, it may be an outage for an hour on a Thursday at 8 o'clock at night. You may say, this doesn't need to go to every SFTP Impromptu user within the organization. It's only going to cause confusion, only cause questions. Send it to me and I'll determine what needs to go out and who needs to see what. So that's why we communicate through the service desk as the best way to highlight when outages occur and downtime. In addition to that, I don't have anything up here, but typically when you log in and we are going to be doing maintenance or there is an outage, you're going to see an announcement that's going to come up from the top right here in a yellow bar. And that announcement's essentially going to highlight that we have an outage or we're expecting downtime or prompt isn't working right or something like that were to come up. You could log on to this service desk here and see, is there any reported outages up here? And the notification is going to come up right here. So what I want to highlight, and I'm sorry, I need to adjust this next session to make sure people will just get right in. I apologize, everyone. And so the next thing I want to highlight is when you submit a ticket. Okay, so let's say I wanted to submit a ticket for my, my provider group, ABC, to adjust real time to batch CSV, okay? And I'm going to go in and select ENS. I'm going to go in and type, please take my real time and move to batch CSV daily at 7 a.m. Florida SFTP delivery. Just something to let everyone know this is what I want, this is where I want it to go at, and this is what time I want to receive it. You select the date. I want it done in 3 days. All right, you go down here and you select your account. If you want to attach a screenshot, you can do that. You know, I want to show this is the folder I want it to go in on the SFTP site, or these are the users who need access. Whatever you want to do with a screenshot's a good way to display what, you know, any context around the ticket. Feel free to do that. You don't have to though. And then you're going to select create. All right, and that ticket's going to immediately get created here. It's going to get signed a number. It's going to show you the ticket, the details, the description. It's going to show you your account and who created it. Okay. Now you can share that with users within your organization if you want, or you can say, okay, great, I submitted the ticket. But then let's say you log in the next day and you said, I'd really like to know what's going on with that ticket. In the upper right-hand corner, you're going to always see your profile icon, and you can select on it. And you can look and say, I want to see my requests that only I've submitted. I want to see all the requests on behalf of my organization. And you can go through and you can select and see which one you want to hit. So I'm going to just do my request because I want to see all the requests that I did. You can select that, and it's actually going to give you a pretty nice drop-down menu, and it shows you all the requests that have been submitted by you. It shows you the status. It gives you the summary. It gives you the ticket. You can even see the ticket type here. You know, this is panel refresh. These are some technical things that I've entered in myself. You can see if they're open, waiting for support, waiting for customer. So if it says waiting for customer, that means it's waiting for you. Someone has provided comments, and you need to log on to that ticket and see the comments that were provided and what's essentially being asked of you. You can filter on this. You can say, I only want to see open requests or closed requests. I want to see requests created by me or created anyone within my organization. So if you want to see, did someone else submit a ticket for this problem before I go in, you can log into the system and it'll immediately tell you that. You can search for them. So if you said, I don't remember what the ticket number was or the ticket type, but I do remember it had this in it. It had ABC in it. So you can go through and enter that, and it'll automatically filter down so you can see what the ticket that you're searching for. So this one is a ticket that I just submitted. It says it's open. I can click on this, and it's going to pull that information back. All right. And if I wanted to comment on this ticket to say, let's say it'd been a day and no one's said anything to it, I can say, can I please receive a status update? You can enter that and you can click add. Someone may comment back saying, we're on this, we're looking at it, or could you provide some more context? You can comment back on it, and you can go in and say, here's the context you need, maybe attach a file, drag and drop something in here to provide some additional context for folks that they may be looking for. But this is the way you can communicate back and forth with the support team who is currently working on the ticket, and then you. And your entire team can see this as well. So everyone within your organization can see that the tickets you've submitted, the comments back and forth. So if maybe you're going on vacation, you could tell someone else, hey, can you log on and take a look at this ticket with the service desk and just follow up with them if they have any questions. Everyone can log in and see this. They can look at the ticket type, find out who it is. They can comment back and forth and kind of keep that particular ticket going. And once you've done that, again, you can get back in here and you can look and you can see all your requests. You can see the ones that are just for you or for your entire organization. And you can see that if there's anything still open, oh, this got closed, that's great. You can it's a great way to track and find out what's going on with the tickets you've submitted on behalf of your organization. And when you get back to the home page, everything appears as you'd expect. You still can go back to the links if you'd like and set all that up. So in closing, I think for this, the service desk is really a portal we're going to really start pushing. Some folks you've already seen where I may email you back and say, please submit a ticket for this, because it's becoming where we have so many subscribers, so many configurations. This is a way for us to organize it, communicate with you guys back on the status of tickets, where they are, in progress, completed, waiting for a customer's response. And then it's a way for you to communicate directly with the support folks. So instead of myself or maybe Ashley Wells or Aaron Parsons being an intermediary, you can go right to the folks working on this. I make, and I want to stress this to everyone, I make a goal to log into this system, which is our back-end system, every single day, every morning, and I take a look at all the open tickets. And I review what's open, what's not. I click on some, I look at some. If I know some need some context or some need some additional support, I make a point to go and do that. But if the ticket hasn't been created, sometimes the email may get lost, or maybe you submitted a request to me and I haven't submitted the ticket yet. So sometimes this is the best way to go in and make sure that the ticket's in the system and there is a group of people who are working on this, because this is the system we log in and I look and track everything that goes on with the accounts, and I make sure that, hey, I know Ascension can ask me to do something. Did I submit that ticket? I'll go in and take a look and validate, is that ticket in? Yes, it is. That's great. And then I move right on. So, I think in summary, this is going to be a portal we're going to really push and move more and more people towards. If there is any question about it, or you are curious who in my organization has access, email me right after this meeting. I can pull that information for you and let you know. Anytime you want to add or remove users, you can add users by doing this right here, or you can just email me and say, hey, can you add these 2 users to the account and remove these 3? I can do that pretty much in real time, and I'm happy to do that for you. Anything we can do to get users using this system and understanding the value and the workflow behind it is going to improve our service and our turnaround time for anything you guys have. Reset passwords, new SFTP access, modifications, requesting information, whatever it may be. So I kind of wanted to highlight one or two other things for folks, and I'll send out links to this, but we also have a website that we're starting to kind of spin up a little bit with some training guides, and I'll send this link out as well. There's a playlist we've developed for Florida that has all these different training things in it. It's how to log on to the service desk, how to use the service desk, SFTP, prompt, tutorial on prompt, and how to apply filters in prompt. We're going to continue to add to this. So I would suggest if you could subscribe to this, or maybe bookmark this link, and you can go back and check and kind of see are there any new ones here that might be something of interest. We're also going to be looking to push these videos out to folks. So as new videos get posted, we're going to email you and notify you that there's some training available if you want to take a look. We think that it might be a great resource for new folks coming in who are curious about, I don't really know how to use prompt, or how do I upload something to the SFTP site. These are links, hopefully you can send them videos they can watch that immediately they can hit the ground running, and they don't have a lot of questions. And we're also going to start hosting monthly prompt demos. The first demo I plan to do is in a couple weeks, and then after that we're going to be looking to do monthly demos for folks. So I'll send out a session for this, and if people want to invite other folks from the organization who maybe just got credentialed access, either maybe they can jump on one if they don't have access yet, or after they've had access for a little while, they can jump on and do the session. We're going to do some tricks and kind of things they can and can't do, how they can save filters. And we think it's hopefully going to start to build a great training relationship with you guys to really build the customer relationship we have, and hopefully help your organization understand the nuances of ENS, how better it can serve your organization. So look out for these additional invites coming down, coming in your inbox. So we'll have two things. We'll have Smart Bar sessions. They're going to be usually once a month on all different topics. And then we're going to look to have a monthly prompt demo training. And hopefully what we're trying to do is do that for organizations that are existing subscribers. That way, if they have new users logged in and they want to get some training, or maybe just a refresher, feel free to jump on those, and we're going to do that. They're only going to last about 30 minutes, so they should be pretty short and sweet. So with that, I want to thank everyone so much for their time, and I kind of want to turn it over for any questions and answers people might need for this, and anything that I can help with this particular service desk portal for Florida. And hopefully everyone is unmuted or can unmute themselves if questions do come up.
Brian, I have a question. This
Yes.
is Sue Sally from Pinellas. You said that there is a way for you to give us the list of who is enrolled and who isn't enrolled in our county.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I can do that. You can send me send me requests through email, and I can pull that information for you and send it back to you. You guys are a little different because the county, the way Michael Craig set it up, he credentialed a lot of people service desk access, but you're supposed to only have the ability to log in and submit tickets on behalf of your county. But Michael's kind of spearheading that. Is there any other questions? Well, that's great. So, I know we kept this to 45 minutes. I'm happy to answer any other questions that folks have. I'm going to send out a link with this video, which has been recorded, along with the training resources. And then if anyone wants to reply back and say, hey, I'd love to know who has access within our organization, I'm happy to grab that information and send it back to you. Again, we're trying to limit it to 2 or 3 folks. We can go a few more if your organization is large and you just kind of want to silo it off and say this person's going to have SFTP, this person's going to have prompt, and this person's going to be in charge of our ENS as a whole. But the main goal is to have people start leveraging this tool and this portal to submit tickets and questions and reset passwords and credential new users access. This allows us to A, track the tickets that come in, and B, also allow other members in your organization who have service desk access to see that you've submitted these tickets. And Smart Bar sessions are going to be coming, and please, you guys, this is a great attendance. Thank you so much. As additional ones come up, if you see there's a topic, like the next one's going to be on prompt, if you want to send that out to a lot of other members of your organization to attend, feel free. These are not closed sessions. Send them to whoever you'd like within your organizations. We just want to keep that Smart Bar session email distribution list to our service desk members, because we feel like they're the points of contact. They know who and who should not attend these sessions based on the topic that we're doing. So great. Well, thank you all so much. I'll pause for a couple seconds if anyone has any last questions. Great. Well, I want to thank you all so much for attending. I really appreciate your time. And again, we are going to continue to improve this, continue to improve the training, the sessions we do, and hopefully just keep the HIE and the ENS system working as efficiently as possible, and onboarding new data sources, improving the inbound data from our ADT feeds, and continue to let you guys know about some features and functionalities we have within ENS that hopefully can improve your care coordination and your treatment of patients in the end. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate the time. Everyone have a wonderful afternoon. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.